Whenever there's been a collapse in an economic context, little clusters of creative activity have set the new tone for a paradigm shift, and how civilization moves forward kind of takes up that mantle, and on it goes. And whether you can look at the Renaissance or you're looking at Silicon Valley or any of these places, they tend to all sort of come back to that theme. So I said there has to be a way that we can make this work together and get us into an environment where that shared space, shared knowledge, shared kind of just defiance would be something we could tap into every day, and all of us kind of move forward quicker. I went out on a manifesto basis to everyone on my email list, and just called everyone to an open meeting, and out of that there was probably 10, maybe 12 pioneers who came through as the first tenants of Fumbally Exchange. So that's kind of the story of how it started. It was apparent to me at that stage already that what we set up as a kind of incubator or a kind of way to grow businesses and fledge them on in an accelerator type system, that something else was emerging. You know, there was a different context from the available technology point of view. Suddenly working in a co-working space wasn't a stepping stone anymore, it was actually a lifestyle choice. I was really interested in what we could do within the space, and we were finding that because of the mutually compatible agenda we'd set within the space, that there were opportunities for people to scale and grow on a project basis and to service projects as teams that were tailored exactly to the task at hand, and then to fall apart again and to carry on with their initial or their individual agenda.
To me, working together is about connection and making good use of your connections and valuing even the most tenuous connection you have with someone, because they always turn out to be so valuable in the end.
There's been a few very interesting collaborations that have come out of just having people from quite diverse fields being in the same room and just talking about ideas that they have, and no one of them would be able to deliver that idea themselves, but by coming together they can pool their resources and their skills and their expertise and come up with something quite new and innovative.
Little by little, I think when you get to know people here, even if they're people who are working in very different areas to what you're working in, you can see sometimes common threads, and there are, I've experienced myself, there have been opportunities that I wouldn't have expected. The making work together really does work.
There's possibility out there, no matter how difficult things seem, and no matter how big the mountain seems, there are possibilities to pull together our energies to make things happen.
Outside the room, we were having profound impact on the neighbourhood we were in, because there was dynamic, there was footfall, there was kind of enthusiasm and energy, and other more established businesses were attracted to this. So we ran events and all sorts of activities to try to kind of capitalise a little bit on that, not in a monetary sense, but to just make the place feel more coherent by just coming out of their doors and having a barbecue, or, you know, dancing in the rain, whatever, that you just created this community. So all that impact, suddenly I was writing it down for this award process, and I realised we're onto something here. This is not just a co-working space, this is like a philosophy, it's a movement, it's something kind of much more exciting. But we very quickly learned that there was something different happening, and it was not survival of the people in the room. By about 6 months in, it wasn't the survival of the people in the room we were as concerned about, but the survival of the community around us and the place around us. And that was really transformative in my thinking, that we could have an impact on the place, and the place gave back in spades. There's new ways of making work and new ways of creating opportunities that never before existed. Fumbally Exchange has become a vehicle for testing the new paradigm, the new kind of dimension for work, and we're really looking now to push that into the new way that we need to educate people. Every single person has the capacity to be a pioneer, because what makes you different is enough, I think. If you have something you're passionate about and you do it with your style and your heart, people will want it.